Kansas City, the Paris of the Midwest, home of the NFL lid lifter, as Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. You know the setup here, looking to get a pound of flash, revenge against the Chiefs for that playoff loss. And if you did not watch the game, you actually missed something. You know, we often say, hey, we watched the game so you wouldn't have to because most of the games blow. But this was a barn burner. Patrick Mahomes came close to 300 yards, had 291 yards passing and a touchdown. The Kansas City defense bent but did not break, keeping Lamar Jackson and the Ravens out of the end zone on not one, but two, and actually three plays at the very end, final seconds, the clock running down. And so the Chiefs able to escape Arrowhead by the hair on their chinny chin. They win by a touchdown, 27-20. And Harbaugh was planning on going for the win in another dimension. He would have gone for two. He had no chance to go for two. The game ended with the most exciting play in football, the booth review, after Jackson Lamar appeared to connect with a defining regular season touchdown pass to tight end Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone with no time on the clock. Just like in Hollywood. Touchdown, Ravens. Upon further review, yes, the video clearly showing that tight end Isaiah Likely did not likely get his feet inbounds. The toe landed on the white sideline there, the black shoe on the white sideline. It's white and black or black and white or however you want to say it. But the call was overturned, and that's it. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. A flustered Lamar Jackson, who was bemused by what happened here and bewildered by the end of the game. He refused to accept the ending of the game. In fact, he told the media after, he said that last play, I still think it was a touchdown, he said. Yeah, in fact, just to prove I'm not lying, we have the audio tip. Here's Lamar as he's trying to go through all of the different emotions after losing this game.
I thought it was a touchdown, though. Man, he was just open. And I seen 32 and 20 was, like, turning to, like, pursue him when he realized where the ball was going. So I threw it so he can, like, make a play on it. I believe it was 2 feet in.
All right, well, you can believe that. You might want to go to the eye doctor in the morning. If they're open, you should go in there and maybe do the test, the 1, 2, 3s and the ABCs, not in order. So let us discuss. The question, and really the obvious question, is how much is Lamar Jackson to blame for the Ravens' loss? Right, how much does he get blamed here? So I've got Van Gundy, Green Team, and Swiss Army Knife. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make balloons and cake, which the Ravens do not get because you see they lost the game. And when you lose the game, you don't get the balloons, you don't get the cake. That goes to the other side. So the first thought I have here is the mainstream media jock sniffers have already absolved Lamar of any wrongdoing. You know the people that are on the spectrum there, the low information. I call them the box score readers. Look at the stats. It's the yeah, but. Look at the rushing yards. Oh, my God, I'm getting horny. Listen, we're underground media, captain of the overnight pirate ship here, the general of degenerates. And if we're playing the blame game, you're passing out the blame crab cake. Correct me if I'm wrong. And maybe I am wrong on this. I don't know. You can correct me. This is not powder puff football. Am I right on that? I think I am. It's high-stakes, billion-dollar NFL football. Now, we are told that Lamar is elite. He is elite, right? You got big trophies to show for that. So we hold Lamar Jackson to a higher standard as a two-time most valuable player during the regular season, and therefore he will be judged more strictly than others. Now, what if I told you that Lamar Jackson actually would have been bailed out by Isaiah Likely had he kept his twinkle toes in bounds on that last play? See, we follow the Jeff Van Gundy model. It's a make-or-miss league. I realize it's not basketball. Same theory applies. And as I look at my chicken scratch notes here, from the game. If I saw what I think I saw, Lamar airmailed a couple of crucial throws late in the game. One of them, he claimed he wasn't even trying to throw to the receiver. It looked like he was throwing to. It was such a terrible throw. Toss in, butchering the clock. You should listen to me. I am on time, Mallard, by the clock, for the clock, plausibly all about the clock. Lamar is not. The clock management, so they burned all these timeouts, the Ravens, before the 2-minute warning, and that allowed the Chiefs to have less plays to defend because the Ravens were out of timeouts, and there is some internet conspiracy that Isaiah likely faked an injury to a shoulder moments before he went up to try to win the game for the touchdown there because the Ravens needed a little extra timeout. But either way, that was the cherry on top of the poopy Sunday. Another frustrating chapter in the book of Lamar. Action Jackson had opportunities, did not come up with the play. But it was not his fault. Okay. No. Call one of those daytime shows. They'll embrace you. Although they don't take calls. They don't want to talk to you. All right, now page 2 here. Talk about impressive or not impressive. Were you impressed with Derrick Henry, his debut as a Raven, as a Poet? So the much ballyhooed running back coming over from the Tennessee Titans. Now, he did score an early touchdown. And if you were watching with the audio up, and I had the audio up. I often turn the audio down. I was listening to Tirico and Collinsworth, and a little biased towards the Peacock all of a sudden. Last week, I don't know what happened, but something happened in my life where I suddenly loved the Peacock. But my guy, Chris Collinsworth, was gushing as he rhapsodized and canonized Derrick Henry. Oh, it was nuts. I think that's illegal in the Bible Belt, what he was doing. And it's possible that I might need to go get my glasses updated, but I didn't see the same thing that he saw. Because I look at the full body of work here, and overall, this was a green team performance. Ergo, the late Dennis Green. Now, if you want to crown him, then crown his ass, but he is who I thought he was. He looked like a plodding back who lacked explosiveness. Now, it's a small sample size, but this is all we have to go with at this point. We do the show right now. We do the show tonight. This is all we have. And Henry had 13 carries for 46 yards. And I jotted down how many times he was absolutely stuffed at the line of scrimmage or within a couple yards of the line of scrimmage. And on my chicken scratch, I wrote down 7 of the 13 carries. More than half of the carries were for 3 yards or less. There was a -1 in there. There was a 1 yard, a 1.5 yard carry. The longest run Henry had was 9 yards. And he did bupkis in the passing game. You had as many catches as Derrick Henry did. They did throw to him a couple times, but he did not have a catch. Pedestrian numbers that you could have gotten from any jamoke off the Winnipeg Blue Bombers out of the Canadian Football League. All right, now, last word. We go to the winning locker room, the better story in the losing locker room, but the Kansas City Chiefs. Was that luck? Was that just, hey, they're better? Well, in the multiverse, they likely lost in other dimensions, but in the dimension I'm in and you're in, they won. So what are your first impressions of the vintage of the 2024 Patty Mahomes Chiefs? So the first thought I have is a little rough around the edges. You know, they won and they led pretty much from pillar to post in this game. Ravens did score early, but once the Chiefs got on track, they were in the lead the majority of the game. But this is prototypical. The other thought I have is prototypical of early season NFL. It's a work in progress because training camp is play grab ass, and you're trying to not get anyone hurt, and you don't really go through any real effort and energy in training camp to really prepare yourself properly for the season. It's part of the wussification of the NFL. So that means the first 3-4 weeks of the season, you have to prepare during the season on the fly. And Andy Reid, as he has done many times going back to his days in Philadelphia, he'll get out the old Swiss Army knife and whittle away the weak spots. You take the good, you take the bad. Now, the good, Xavier Worthy, who had a touchdown on the ground, touchdown through the air. Isaiah Pacheco, the pride of Piscataway, New Jersey, and Rutgers still there, had a touchdown run. The hero from Grand Theft Auto, Rashee Rice, went over 100 yards receiving. And the Chiefs' offense, without Hollywood Brown, was able to hold their own. They weren't amazing. They were pretty good, not amazing. Now, the defense. Defense allowed almost 500 yards, over 450 yards of offense to Baltimore. And a lot of third down conversions. But you take the good, you take the bad, and you take them both. And when I was younger, I heard those are the facts of NFL life. So that's where we are.